Good morning, everyone. We're back in the garden and it is 45 degrees. It's been over 80 for the last couple of weeks and now we're back in the 40s. Like, what is happening? Honestly, this weather is so unnatural. Anyways, I wanted to come on here really fast and let you know that the city did provide some compost. However, I'll show you here in a minute. They built these really large raised beds, and instead of doing like a hugelkultur method, they actually filled the entire thing up with the compost that everybody was supposed to have, and so they're not going to be providing anymore. So I'm going to be doing my own little amendments while we wait for the seeds to come in. Do you hear the sandhill cranes? These are bags from my house, so they look a little rough. I had some critters up in this one. So this is blood meal, so blood and bone. It is exactly what you think it is, but it's in like pelleted form. And so I'm going to be adding that to the beds, and that just adds some more nutrition. I'm also going to be adding in these worm castings. This is something I use in my raised beds at home, so now I'm going to just add them here. Hey guys, what's up? So you see behind us, we have some cattle panels. The only rule that I was given in this garden is not to let anything go outside of the beds. So we're going vertically with these, I said cattle panels, these are hog panels, they're a little bit smaller. I keep saying we, it's because I have roped my husband into helping me, and so we're going to be putting these in. Here's a plan for our garden. We've got 4 raised beds, each 4 feet by 4 feet. That's 16 square foot per bed, divided into 16 1 foot by 1 foot squares. We're using the square foot gardening method, which maximizes space and encourages companion planting for healthier, more productive plants. Each bed will have a mix of vegetables, herbs, and flowers. The goal here is to optimize space, reduce pests, and improve growth. Now let's take a closer look at the layout for each bed. First up, let's talk about bed number 1. This bed will have a mix of tomatoes, basil, eggplants, carrots, and onions, along with a few marigolds and peppers. Let's start with the tomatoes. We're going to plant these in the top back corner, and this is so that way we can trellis them up. In row number 3, we're doing 3 marigolds per square foot. Marigolds are excellent at repelling pests and attracting pollinators, and they are really great companion plants with eggplant and tomatoes. Directly underneath those, we're going to do 1 pepper per square foot, and then in row number 4, we're doing 9 onions per square foot, and then zinnias directly underneath. Zinnias are also a type of flower that help attract pollinators. Now moving on to bed number 2. This bed is all about beans and flowers. We'll be planting 1 bean per square foot along the trellis, allowing them to grow up and save space. Then we're planting sunflowers. Each sunflower will need its own 1 square foot space, so 1 sunflower per square foot. And then we're adding in some borage, which is a beautiful flower that helps attract pollinators, and black-eyed Susans, which also attract pollinators. Both of these are different types of flowers, and borage you can actually eat. Next up is bed number 3, where we will be planting mustard greens, corn, rutabagas, and some nasturtiums. Mustard greens are fast growing and need to be in the front of the bed with the most sunlight, so we're planting 4 per square foot. Next up, we're doing 4 corn per square foot. Square foot gardening suggests 1 per square foot, but I'm breaking the rules here and planting 4 per square foot. At home, I typically plant my corn every 4 to 6 inches apart. Then following the corn, we're adding in nasturtiums. We're doing 1 per square foot. These edible flowers will sprawl a bit, so we're adding them to the sides next to the trellis. Nasturtiums are great for deterring pests, and they are quite spicy flowers. And then finally, let's take a look at bed number 4. This one is a mix of flowers and okra, and the flowers that I've chosen are cosmos and verbena. Top corner, we're adding in okra. We're doing 1 okra per square foot. On the far side, next to the trellis, we're going to do 2 more pepper plants. Depending on how they start to grow, I may add in a few more. I may even add in some onions, and I didn't add it here. I'll let you know whenever we go into planting. Now that we've laid out the garden beds, let's go over a few final tips. Companion planting. Pairing plants together like basil with tomatoes or marigolds with peppers helps improve growth and reduce pests. You're creating a natural ecosystem that works together. Spacing. Even with the square foot gardening method, be sure to give your plants enough space they need to grow. Plants like tomatoes, peppers, and okra need enough room to stretch out. And so that's why we're going vertical here. Watering consistently, especially during hot summer months, raised beds tend to dry out faster, so making sure that we're checking our soil moisture regularly. And then rotating crops. To avoid depleting the soil, consider rotating your crops every season. This helps reduce soil-borne diseases and gives each plant a fresh spot to grow. Now, the seeds have not come in yet because we're having so much unnatural weather around the United States, but I did go ahead and pick up some onion sets from the local feed store, and so I'm going to go ahead and plant those in bed number 1 while we wait. And I will say that I did not follow my guide exactly. I ended up planting 20 onion sets altogether, so I did 10 per square foot instead of the recommended 9. I hope you're feeling inspired to try the square foot gardening method in your own backyard. It's simple and effective way to maximize your space and grow a variety of plants. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more gardening tips. And as always, happy gardening!